war. War never changes. But these games do. Like, a lot. It's time for the 10 most moddable games on PC. Mods are to PC gaming what gym memberships are to January, or lip fillers to celebrities. The two are inexorably bound together because, frankly, the ability to tweak and tinker is what playing games on PC is all about. User-created content has given us mammoth franchises like Counter-Strike, Team Fortress and Dota, yes, that arena-filling esports juggernaut which began as a humble mod for a Warcraft 3 expansion pack. Modding's a proud tradition on the platform, and there are some games out there that take it to the next level. Games whose player-made bits and bobs let you play forever and change the very tenets of the experience. Games, dear viewers, like these ones. If we're talking about mods, there's only one place to start our adventure, and it's Skyrim. A land where 1990s wrestlers breathe fire, bears play Dragon Force songs on the lute, and every mudcrab is Dr. Zoidberg. A land entirely unrecognisable from the one its developers intended, which is sort of the whole point. Skyrim's freely available modding tools continue a long-standing Bethesda Game Studios tradition. Architecture students used Oblivion's creation kit as a study aid, and all the studio's RPGs have massive modding scenes. None quite like Skyrim though. Not only can you tweak incidental details, you can also mod the game's visuals until it looks like it was released yesterday, not in 2011. You can put in entire new chunks of gameplay, huge quest lines with voiced characters, or you can turn it into kind of a walk-in wardrobe of surrealist humour. All valid approaches thanks to one of the most prolific modding communities around.
Ooh, yeah!
Hey, did you know that you can mod Minecraft? I know, crazy, right? Oh, you did know that 5 years ago, I see. Well, here's Nicolas Cage's face on a cow to punctuate this awkward moment. Because although it might be common knowledge that Minecraft can be moulded to whatever bizarre vision you desire, it's worth celebrating now just as much as it was when those brave early pioneers first started authoring custom content. Without them, we wouldn't be flying through space, dropping nukes on our blocky creations, or mucking about with black hole bombs. And yes, you rumbled us, we like the bomb mods. Other content is available, like lovely, wholesome character skins, texture replacers, graphics tweaks, wildlife swappers, and, well, we've already covered it, but the Nicolas Cage face replacer bears repeating. Over on Steam Workshop, the first page of top-rated mods for cities' skylines are all road intersections. You might be led towards the conclusion that there's not much excitement going on here, but scratch away at the surface and you'll find a veritable toy box for city builders. Mods that seem like little touches at first, like this one that allows you to set themes by district, actually have a big impact on your game. New maps offer not only natural beauty, but new challenges for your road-building brain. Subtle graphics mods that gussy up trees a little bit have a massive effect on the overall look, and serious tweaks to population and consumption inject a little bit more realism and a lot more challenge. It's a far cry from Skyrim's Randy Savage dragon, but Cities Skylines has a modding scene to be proud of all the same. We've heard all your jokes about trucking, and we don't care. To a large community who's incredibly proficient at reverse bay parking, Euro Truck Simulator is life. Deal with it. In fact, no, don't just deal with it, embrace it. You see, the miles and miles of dual carriageways perform a kind of mental cleansing after a while, a safe space for you to unclench your grey matter and build a burgeoning logistics empire in the process. Why wouldn't you want that experience to feature authentic British petrol stations and brand names on trailers? That's what Euro Truck Sim 2's modding community provides, among many other treats such as graphics overhauls, Google Maps as your sat-nav, and these incredibly specific cabin accessories. To the untrained eye, it might all be a bit bemusing, but trust us, after hauling a few consignments of used packaging from Newcastle to Carlisle, it all starts to make perfect sense. Racing games are magnets for mods, and truth be told, we could have included any number of representatives from the genre here. Shout out to Richard Burns Rally, still going strong 15 years after release thanks to community updates. ISI's R-Factor series is the most laser focused on modding of them all though, and for that reason we're giving it the nod here. Not just because it includes car porn like the 1996 Formula 1 season. No sir. In a similar fashion to Bethesda RPGs, R-Factor 2 makes modding as easy as possible. A certain kind of modding though. You won't find a total conversion that turns the Silverstone Grand Prix into Game of Thrones, or a McLaren into something else from Game of Thrones. No, you'll just find loads of lovingly authentic odes to real life racing. From Formula 1 car sets to NASCAR and IndyCar, and all the tracks you could ever hope to race on. Time to check in with the OG of absolutely everything. Doom. Before Doom, there was only darkness. No primitive societies, no prototype languages, nothing. Quite soon after Doom, there were WODs. WODs are a bit like mods in that the two words rhyme, and also in that they're exactly the same thing. Additional content created by amateur creators. Fun fact for you, WOD stands for Where's All the Data, and we think that's just lovely. Anyway, as you can imagine, things have gone pretty weird now in Doom's WODing scene since 1993. There's Revenant Bus, which recreates the thrill of obscure 16-bit game Desert Bus, ask your grandparents, and Brutal Doom, which, well, just look at it. You get it. There are serious high-quality mission packs here, alongside very much not serious but equally high-quality throwaway gags and plenty in between. It's the original modding, damn it, WODing, community for shooters, and as such it's only fair that we pay Doom its dues. ARMA 3 gave us DayZ, one of the most famous mods of all time. But while we've all been there, done that, and died of hypothermia in Dean Hall's mod, most of us haven't fully explored the cornucopia of other total conversions lurking in the mod scene. The most ambitious of all might be There Is Only War, which aims to turn a straight-faced modern military shooter into a Warhammer game. Then there's Faces of War, which does the same but with World War II. Slightly less of a leap. Halo and Vietnam are also represented by the Unsung and Operation Trebuchet respectively, and that's just covering the total conversions. You've got new terrains, authentic uniform mods, shooting ranges, and obviously lots and lots of meticulously modelled guns, all just waiting in the Steam Workshop.
That'll do, Sergeant. That'll do.
And now it's time for the, scream of the crop. Planet Coaster hit 200,000 Steam Workshop items midway through 2018, which means we've really got our work cut out with this entry. On a teeny tiny granular level, these items include little path decorations like bushes and fountains. On a macro scale, you've got frankly incredible coasters that make miraculous use of the game's 2,000 part limit and offer numerous themes. There's a coaster that all takes place within the Death Star, obviously, and one called Inferno that winds its way in and out of a volcano, accompanied by more pyrotechnics than a Rammstein gig. You can even throw in the Disneyland castle if that's more your thing, or fill your park with Wild West paraphernalia. What we're saying is that a 200,000 item workshop library gives you some options. It's testament to GTA 5 that when you potter around in the vanilla game, you're not really screaming out for mods to enrich the experience. There's a lot going on as it is. Obviously, that all changes the moment you realise that a mod exists that lets you play as Iron Man. In truth, GTA 5 has two distinct mod types. The ones that make the game more realistic, like these real cars and sexy visual effects that make an already handsome game look supernaturally good, and then there are the ones that tear up the very fabric of reality and find new ways to have fun, like the aforementioned Iron Man mod, or this one that simply removes all the water in the world. It's more fun than it sounds. With a bit of dedication, you can make GTA 5 look and play like a completely different game. And that's why we love mods.
Adios, amigos!
We're cheating a bit with this one and including not one, but two Half-Life games. Why would we do such a thing when we limited ourselves to just one Bethesda RPG? Well, because it's our video and you can't stop us, and less childishly, because the Half-Life series mods are a bit different. Look at this one, for example. The hunger for Half-Life 1 turned Valve's sci-fi shooter into a pitch-perfect George A. Romero movie. And before zombies were cool too. Poke646 here bravely tried to further the Half-Life canon, imagining the Black Mesa facility 13 months after the incident in the base game. With the second game came physics, and that brought about the advent of Gary's mod. Finally, the chance to turn a bathtub into a car and make all the series cast gurn at you in weird poses. The Half-Life name has been synonymous with fantastic mods for over 20 years now, and so yes, we will include both games in our list. Thank you very much. And on that note, we're wrapping it up, shutting it down, and running away before you ask us why The Sims wasn't on this list. I love The Sims, I promise. Why not provide your own user-created content by chatting to us in the comments below about what you thought of our picks, and tell us about your favourite modding scenes while you're at it. Remember to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this list, subscribe to the channel for even more, and turn on notifications to make sure you never miss a video. And if you fancy more top 10s right now, just hit the link on screen.